good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. What was wrong there? Something just done messed up, but I'm going to fix it because I can fix anything. I'm reading freaking Rainbow. Hey, guys. Hey, how's everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome to a lovely July 22nd, 2020, the year of our Lord. And we've got an amazing trivia ahead of us. It's going to be really, really fun. And before we start, happy 80th birthday to the one and only Mr. Alex Trebek. Let's give a virtual round of applause to Mr. Alex because he paid me once. Yeah. Hey, guys, how's everyone doing? Where are we at? I saw Greg is in Seattle. I got some New Yorkers there. My mom is there like usual. Everyone having a great night. I hope if you're on the East Coast, you're staying moderately dry. And if you're elsewhere, I hope you're staying moderately out of federal law enforcement hands because everything's terrible. Awesome night in hand for all of us. I got some super fun rounds for you guys. And as usual, we're going to give $50 for the winner of the night. We only got a couple people watching right now, so I'm just going to chitter chatter as more people hop on board. And I'm going to tell you what the rounds are for tonight before I start getting ready for the rules. If you've not played before, I will let all the rules come out forthwith. But tonight we have world famous dishes for round one. Round two is called Dodge, Duck, Dip, Dive, Dodge. Round three is not before and after. It's something different. The audio round is great speeches. After that is it's in the computer. And the last round, round six, random shit you should know. So I tried to switch it up a little bit because we're playing for $50 here at the Wednesday night trivia extravaganza thingy McThingy Bob. All right, guys, let's go over what we're doing tonight. Error, YouTube's not receiving enough thingy bobs. What's wrong with you, YouTube? I don't know what happened there. Well, we'll figure that out, and hopefully it sorts itself out. In the meantime, I'm going to just plow ahead because hopefully you can hear me well. Because tonight, we have donated in the benefit for furloughed bar staffs here in New York City and Brooklyn as well, which, I mean, technically is part of New York City, but is it really? I don't know. We are donating to help the staffs. First of all, our charter members, my ordinary Monday and Wednesday trivia nights at the Brazen Head, Brooklyn, and the Waylon in Hell's Kitchen. Later on, we handed up my bar that I work at, Gaf West. It's sisterish cousin on the Upper East Side, Gaf East, and right around the corner from it, Biddy's Pub. And a couple weeks ago, our newest friend, Hibernia, Hell's Kitchen, has entered into the fold. Everything you've donated tonight goes to those semi-furloughed bar staffs. We're making some money, but not really. So, like, you know, ends meets are not meetsing. It's not really words per se. I hope it's okay. Do I have much to say? Hooray! All right, guys, make sure that you follow Biddy's Pub, the Brazen Head, Brooklyn, Gaf West NYC, the Gaf NYC, the Waylon NYC, and Hibernia for one, all on Instagram. Sometimes they might give you hints, or more often than not, I give you hints. Also, make sure you follow me at Austin Tylero and Augra27 on the Twitters and the Instagrams, respectively. And let's get into the night. Everyone ready? Here come the rules. If you are new to this trivia, I will let you know. Allison, you're good. You got it. Reinvested? Absolutely. You are reinvested, Allison, because you had Heartthrob Bob Loblaw's Law Blog, which is an excellent, excellent name. All right, guys, the rules of the evening. We've got 6 rounds in front of us, like I said. Round 1 will be world famous dishes. Round 2, dodge, dip, duck, dive, dodge, I think. Round 3 is not before and after. It's something new. The audio round is famous speeches. Round 5 is, what did I say round 5 was? Oh, it's in the computer. computer. And the last round night is random shit you should know. First rule of Fight Club is we don't talk about Fight Club. Second rule of Fight Club is open up this link that just came across your board right there in the YouTube chat. The YouTube chat is where we shall communicate with one another throughout the duration of the evening. That's the only way I could get in touch with you, unless you have my number, and then you could text me. But please don't do that, because it really annoys me when I have to look at this, then look at that, and then look back at this again. Just let me know there. But the very first thing you should do is open up that form that just came across the Google chat. After you open up that form, right at the top will be a link to get on the leaderboard. Open up that link and you're going to see a chart that says 0722 pub quiz leaderboard or something like that. Write your team names in that very first column where it says team name. Already a couple team names are in there. I was told the End of the World Would Feel Fine has already hopped on. And also in the next column over, name the bar which you support. Biddy's Pub is BP, the Brazen Head is TBH, Gaf West GW, Gaf East GE, Hibernia Hell's Kitchen HB HK, and the Waylon is just a big fat tungsten. Please write which bar you support, because that might help us allocate our fundage. And remember, everything that you've donated tonight and will donate later on tonight, because there's a couple wrinkles in time, will go to all the staffs of Biddy's, the Brazen Head, Gaf East, Gaf West, Hibernia, and the Waylon. And my God, have they been absolutely quite chuffed. They've been quite chuffed at the whole circumstance. I believe, I have to add it up, but I believe we've raised something on the order of $19,000 or $20,000 for a lot of out-of-work service industry people, which is fantastic. And it's all because of you guys. Now, throughout the night, guys, I'm going to ask you some questions. I might show them up on screen. I might ask them. I might make them audio, but they're always, well, mostly be opportunities for repeats. 6 rounds tonight, the first round of which, oh shit, forgot other rules. Teams of no more than 6, not like we can check, but try to keep it concise. And also in those 6-member teams, you have to decide how you want to discuss with your team members, via text, via message, via Zoom, via semaphore, via smoke signal, via paper airplane. You decide offline how you want to communicate with yourselves. And don't shout out the answers, meaning don't spoil it in the chat. If you think you know something, write it down. And when you write everything down, wait, did I do that twice? Don't shout the answers. Don't spoil. Oh, don't Google the answers. Yeah, that's a different thing. Don't Google the answers. I know we're all on computers and it's tempting, but you know, just don't do it. And finally, right now, go over to your keyboard's corner or your iPhone's corner and double tap that caps lock switch, because every answer that you shall give in the Google form must be in caps locks. That's how it knows you are answering. And the final arbiter of that is what you write, I get to see. And if it grades you wrong, well, just take it from me what we actually say for the answers. It wasn't a really good sentence, was it? No, it was a terrible sentence. The ultimate arbiter of if you get a point or not is me. So, at the end of every round, I will read the answers. You will grade yourselves, and we'll figure it out from there. Round 1 is going to be famous dishes. That's the visual round. I'm going to show you 12 photos, 6, then another 6. And all you're going to do is, with your caps lock on and in that Google form, you're going to tell me the name of each of the dish. Try your best to spell your best. And you'll get about a minute and a half per each 6 pictures. Thus 3 minutes total for 1s through 12. Famous dishes. After famous dishes comes... what did I say? Dodge, duck, dip, duck, dive, dodge. Yep. Round 3 is not before and after. It's something else. Round 4, famous speeches. The 5th round is it's in the computer. And the last round of the night is random shit you should know. $50 on the line for the winner. And, well, that's pretty much it. Pride for everyone else. All right, guys, is everyone ready? Does everyone hear and see and experience everything okay? I'll give you guys a second to do that. And remember, I could see what you say in the chat, and I could see what you answer for every round. Ooh, we got another Venmo. Let's see who it is. Ooh, from Bentonville, Arkansas. Tamara. Welcome, Tamara. Playing on Ron and Sandra's team. A formidable lineup if there isn't one. If there isn't one? If there is not another one? Whatever. Yep, tap water into Dasani bottle. Jay Zuckerman, I got Bailey's poured into whatever kind of glass this is. All right, we're ready to go. All right, guys, get your answer sheets open. Remember, caps locks on. Try your best to spell your best, because coming up right now is round 1, famous dishes. You are going to see 6 images of world famous dishes, and all you're going to do is name them. The first 6 will come up for a minute and a half. Then the next 6 will come up. Then I'll give you some time to discuss with your teammates. Put your answers in. Do not click submit until you're ready or until I prompt you. Then you will be graded automatically. If you have any dispute, I see everyone's answers. I will read the answers. We'll go over together. Then you're going to hop on over to the virtual pub quiz master sheet and grade how many out of 12 you've got right. Here are your first 6 dishes. 1.5 minutes on these. Then coming up after that are numbers 7 through 12. All you have to do is try your best to spell these dishes the best you can. These are 6 very, very popular dishes. Another 10 seconds or so on this one. Don't worry, guys. Take notes amongst yourselves and then talk to your teammates to refresh your memory on what you saw. And make sure who's ever entering the answers, please does so on the Google form in all caps locks and try your best to spell your best. Coming up next, number 7 through 12 in famous dishes. There we are. I hope everyone ate tonight because I'm motherfucking hungry. I'm actually not, but whatever. Another half minute or so to review these final 6 famous dishes. And remember, guys, please write your caps locks onses as you enter your answers into the Google form. And coming next is round 2. Dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. After that, round 3, not before and after. The audio round is famous speeches for round 4. Round 5, it's in the computer. And the last round of the night is random shit you should know. I'm taking these down, but you guys got enough time to discuss with your teammates what you think all of those were. And in the meantime, take a look at last week's results, where Heartthrob Bob Loblaw's Cobb Job Law blog, wow, nailed it, first time. Nailed it, had a very, very formidable win. Although you could see right there, many teams like Derek Yeater was in the lead for quite some time and just fell off at the end. But that just makes you know, guys, anyone can win it. Except for last week, not Clive. All right, guys, you guys got about 2 minutes to discuss with your teammates. And I'll let you know when you have to hit enter and submit. But before you do so, make sure that you open the link for the next round of the night. Round 2. Dip, duck, dive, dick, duck, dive, do, duck, duck, goose. All right, guys, let's start wrapping them up. Has anyone submitted them yet? Let us take a look. It appears that no one has clicked that submit button yet, but if you would like to, please do so now. And remember, if you're new to our night, at the end of the round, after you click submit, you're going to see how many out of 12 you've got correct, but you're going to go and you're going to say, hey, you know what? I think I spelled that incorrectly, but I think the gist was there. Well, then you tell me. You say, my team is XYZ. For number 6, I think I spelled it wrong. I can go over, look at it and say, hey, give yourself a point. Or I can go over and look at it and say, absolutely not. So, guys, you guys got another minute or so to click that submit button. Remember, all of your answers should be in caps locks, and you should have written them with the most accurate spelling that your feeble little minds can comprehend. Coming up next is round 2, dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge. After that, not before and after. I'll let you know what that is shortly. The audio round is famous speeches. Round 5 is it's in the computer. Clearly I was on some sort of Owen Wilson Stiller-ish theme on this one. And the last round tonight is a random shit you should know. All right, guys, that's about enough time for that round. Let's start clicking your submit button, and let's see how everyone did on round one. Remember, what I ultimately say as the answers is what counts, but try your best to spell your best, because if you do, everything will turn out a little bit easier for everyone involved on the Google form. All right, guys, how we doing out there? Let's see. You were in the Scripps spelling bee. Yeah. Well, Jay, let's see if you could spell some of these things. All right, guys, let's click your submit buttons right now. And let's see. We have got 11, 12 teams are turned in right now. We've got a couple more outstanding, but let's get them in a short time. And we've got some formidable scores right now with one team looking like they've got a perfect score, but many other in the running. All right, guys, another, wow, you people do not eat food, do you? All right, another couple seconds to turn them in. And remember, I'm going to give you the answers. Do not, unless you're completely confident in what your score was already, you don't have to put them in column D under round one dishes quite yet, because I'm going to read the answers, and if you think you have a dispute, let me know. Tell me what your team name is, tell me which one you thought you got right, and tell me why, and I'll say, hey, add yourself a point. But if you already like how you've done, and you think the Google form graded you well, hop on over to the 0722 virtual pub quiz spreadsheet and go into row D, column D, and write next to your team name how many out of 12 you got right. All right, looks like we're ready for the answers. Everyone ready? Here we go. Round one was obviously a Spanish paella. 2, the national dish of Scotland, haggis. 3, fish and chips. 4, the Wiener Schnitzel. I gave you points if you just said schnitzel. Borscht, the national soup of both Russia and Ukraine. Polenta from Italy. And then we flip to the other side of the globe. Nasi lemak from Malaysia. Bulgogi, a national dish of South Korea. Chicken adobo from the Philippines. Chili crab, the national dish of Singapore. Pho, the national dish of Vietnam. And larb from Cambodia. All right, guys, tell me how many you got right in your 0722 spreadsheet right next to your team. How many you got right? If you think that you should have gotten more right, let me know. Let's see. Kill more plants. Shut up. Oh, wait, it's my mom. Gyudon, okay for bulgogi. There's nothing visible in the dish that differentiated from any East Asian or beef on rice bowl. Considering, well, you know what? Let's go with a quorum here. Let's see how many people wrote bulgogi. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5, 6, 7. I'm going to say, nope, an overwhelming majority wrote bulgogi who got it right, and then everyone else was spread amongst 5 or 6 different things. Nope, bulgogi or go to hell. Pork schnitzel, sure, Colin. Pork schnitzel is good because you can't really tell that it was Wiener or whatnot. You got it, Colin. Give yourself a point for that. Chili crab, UK style, David, absolutely. Give yourself a pop on that one. Polenta should not look like that. Well, the polenta that I found does look like that. So, oopsie loopsie doopsies. It was yellow and polenta-y, so there we go. But chili crab, David, give yourself one. Pork schnitzel, Colin, give yourself one. And then bulgogi is the actual answer. All right, guys, let's see how we're doing. Does everyone have their scores in next to their thingy bobs? By the way, backslashes do not help me with the grading. All right, let us sort the scores and see how we're doing. 1 point in last place for Welcome to the Party, Pal. Secretly Canadian have 2 points. Simple Minds have 3. Come Clean by Hillary Duff. Don't get it, but funny. Heartthrob Bob Loblaws, Cobb Blog Log Log Jog Blah 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 are not in a place to win right now, but it's only the first round. 6 points apiece for Black Lives Matter, and I was told the end of the world would feel fine. 7 points for Airbud 2, Golden Retriever. Oh, that's sort of clever. 8 points for Boob, Sweat, and Tears. Boob, Sweat, and Tears. Yeah, that's the best team. You got it. You got it, Boob, Sweat, and Tears. Turd Ferguson and the Suck It Trebeks for 8 points as well. AskJeeves.com with 9. And 12 out of 12, Mafia Inquiry. Wow, we have a new team that is not Clive in the lead. Absolutely bulgogi to hell. Great job, everyone. Well, great job for some of you. But there are plenty of points on the board in the forthcoming rounds for nearly anyone to win. Because coming up right now is round 2. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Please make sure that you've opened up your answer sheet for round 2. Remember to keep caps locks on. And I'm going to ask you these questions. And at the end of the 10th question, I will put all of them up for you and your teammates to peruse and figure it out. Everyone ready for round 2? Coming up after round 2 is round 3, not before and after. The audio round is famous speeches. It's in the computer for round 5. And the last round night is a random shit you should know. Round 2, dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Question number 1 repeats after number 10. Number 1. Nom frick is a shrimp or fish paste base. Just read it yourself. Nom frick is a fish or shrimp paste based spicy chili dipping sauce from this country. For number 1 in dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. One more time. Nom frick is a fish or shrimp paste-based spicy chili dipping sauce from this country. For number 1 in dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. And number 2, dodged up, dick, dodged up, dick. Dib, job, job, dod. Dodged up, dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge. Number 2, in 2011, Dodge's Viper was spun off into the new SRT brand, while Dodge's entire truck line was rebranded this. In 2011, Dodge's Viper was spun off into the new SRT brand, while Dodge's entire truck line was rebranded this. For number 2 in dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge. Got it. Nailed it. Awesome. And here we go with number 3 in Quintuple D. 1953's Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century sees Daffy Duck and his sidekick Porky Pig vie with the yet unnamed Marvin the Martian for control of this planet. 1953's Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century sees Daffy Duck and his sidekick Porky Pig vie with the yet unnamed Marvin the Martian for control of this planet. For number 3 in Dodge, Duck, Dip, Dive, Dodge. Keep saying it faster every time. Oh, Buccarini, right? And number 4 in Dodging, Dodging, Dodging. Scientists recently discovered curviews beaked whales capable of diving up to 1 mile deep for an hour at a time off the coast of Cape Hatteras in this U.S. state. Scientists recently discovered curviews beaked whales capable of diving up to 1 mile deep for an hour at a time off the coast of Cape Hatteras in this U.S. state. For number 4, and that would be dive. This would be the dive portion of the night. Daniel, I don't believe there are multiple Clives. I just think there are multiple people who are ragging on one Clive. Now, this double Corey conundrum, I don't know what this is. This is something new and scary. But here's number 5 in Dodge, Duck, Dip, Dive, Dive. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. Or, so says da dip. A 1997 hit by this hip-hop artist. You put your hand up on my hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Or so says da dip. A 1997 hit by this hip-hop artist. For number 5, in Dodge, Dip, Dive, 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 Dive. That was obnoxious. I'm sorry. And number 6 in all these D's. Gunfighters and deputies Wyatt Earp and Bat Masterson made their name in this Kansas frontier city. Gunfighters and deputies Wyatt Earp and Bat Masterson made their name in this Kansas frontier city. For number 6 in Dodge, Dip, Dive, Dodge, Dip, Dip, Dive, Dive, Dive. Don't worry if you didn't hear them properly or you weren't taking notes. Well, that's why at the end of the round, we will put all 10 of them up on screen and give you and your teammates some time. Remember, don't click submit until you're ready, and make sure whoever you've appointed as team leader answers only in capital letters, and try your best to spell your best. Coming up next is round 3, which is a not before and after round like usual. It's something a little different. Audio round is famous speeches. It's in the computer for round 5, and the last round tonight is random shit you should know. Bob Loblaw's Cobb Job blog won last week. Thus, they parlayed their winnings into a free entry this week. And remember, boobs, sweat, and tears. You guys had a great team name. So $10 back, free entry next week, or whenever you so decide. Here's number 7. The Mighty Ducks of Anaheim were a 1993 expansion team alongside this other NHL franchise. The Mighty Ducks of Anaheim were a 1993 expansion team alongside this other NHL franchise. For number 7 in Dodge, Dip, Dive, Dive, Dive. Greg, everything, everything. Yeah, that's what we're going for, right? Number 8 in Dodge, Stop, Duck, Dave, Doof, Stuff. Who is pictured here diving? That's it. Who is pictured here diving? For number 8 in Dodge, Dip, Duck, Dive, Dodge. Wait, Corey G, are you being facetious or was that actually good? Because I can't tell over text. Number 9 in Dodge, Dip, Dive, Duck, Dive. Repeats of all of these will come up after number 10. Then we go to the round 3. Little bit different. Deep is an evil, hairy dog that drinks people's blood in the myths of this easternmost autonomous community of Spain. Deep is an evil, hairy dog that drinks people's blood in the myths of this easternmost autonomous community of Spain. For number 9 in Dodge, Dip, Dive, Duck, Dodge. And finally, 10th and final question of this round. All of them will be repeated after this on screen for you and your teammates to take a look at which to take a look. That's better grammar. Then I'll give you guys a couple minutes to discuss and put your answers in. Again, don't click submit until you're ready. Make sure to open the next round's answer sheet. And you know what it is? It's best 2 out of 3. Best 2 out of 3 is the next round. Here's number 10, Donald Trump, 1966 to 1972. Those are your clues. Here are your repeats. You guys have 2 minutes or so. All right, guys, we got about half of your teams turned in thus far. Probably got a minute or so left to take a look at these. Remember, guys, if you have any disputes, let me know as I read the answers, because I'm the ultimate arbiter. So you just tell me what your team name is, what you answered, why you think it was right, make an appeal, and we will sort it out together. In the meantime, what do we have? We have about 2/3 of the teams have turned them in. If you haven't turned them in yet, please do so post haste. And if you have any disputes, let me know. If you don't, and you think you've been fairly judged by the Google machine, hop on over to this score sheet and put in the column labeled dodge, duck, dive, etc. how many out of 10 you got correct. All right, guys, almost ready. How many teams we got out there? Outstanding. Oops, I just knocked my computer over. Awesome. Awesome. Wow. And we already got a half of you guys turned them in. All right. How about we go to the answers? Sound good, sound good, sound good? Go once, go in twice. Fantastic. I think we're all in. Here are the answers to round 2. Dodge duck. Nam Phrik is a fish or shrimp paste, a spicy chili dip from Thailand. Dodge's Viper was rebranded as SRT, but the trucks were rebranded as a Ram. Ram Tough. Planet X was the goal of Duck Dodgers. Porky Pig, or Space Cadet, what was he? Young Space Cadet. Porky? I forgot. And Marvin the Martian, who was not yet named. He was called Antwerp at that point because he looked half like an ant and he was also a twerp. Haha, clever, Looney Tunes. North Carolina is the location of Cape Hatteras, where Cuvier's beaked whale can dive to 1 mile deep. By the way, sperm whales were thought to be the deepest diver, but they can only dive to about 3,500 feet deep. So Cuvier's beaked whale, you're the man now, dog. Put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip is freak nasty. I am freakishly nastied at how many of you guys remember that, because I had no idea. I just thought of the song in my head and then figured out who did it long afterwards. Wyatt Earp and Bat Masterson made their careers in Dodge City. The Mighty Ducks expanded alongside the Florida Panthers. Cristiano Ronaldo hits the turf a lot. Deep is an evil hairy dog in Catalonia, or Catalunya, depending on which dialect or language you speak. And finally, Donald Trump is a draft dodger. There we go. You said just Dodge, okay? Dodge is absolutely fine instead of Dodge City, because I said city in the question. Therefore, the Mighty Taoist, you definitely get a point on that. Anyone else have any disputes out there before we move into round 3, which is 2 out of 3? Any other disputes? And then we'll go over the scores as we go in to the next round. After 2 out of 3 comes the audio round, famous speeches. Following that is It's in the Computer. And then the last round night, random shit you should know. Everyone okay with their scores? If they're not, speak now or forever hold your peace. Otherwise, hop on over to the 0722 virtual pub quiz Grady gradations, and please put in the column next to your name how many out of 10 that you got right. And I see Airbud 2 Golden Retriever got a 10 out of 10. Whole bunch of 9s out there. Heartthrob Bob Loblaws Loblaw. We're just waiting for your answers. And then we're going to sort the scores and see who's in the lead going into round 3. 2 out of 3. After that is the audio round. Great speeches. What comes next? It's in the computer. And then the last round tonight, random shit you should know. You had Ronaldo, but Cristiano Ronaldo? Sure, give yourself a point. That's absolutely fine. You got the last name, and you got his Christian name. It's a cognate. You're fine. Oh, my Guinness phone went down. Oh, well. Slancha, boys. All right, guys, while you're hopping over there and telling us what you got right, I think we're all in, and we are all in. Ooh, a couple 10s for 10s, and let us sort this shizzy out and see what the scores are. Both tied in second place with 17 apiece. So Boob, Sweat and Tears, and Airbud 2, Golden Retriever, but Mafia Inquiry have 21 points in the lead. But even all the way down at the bottom, a whole bunch of 11s are only 10 points off. And Welcome to the Party, Pal is only more than 10 points off. Math me good at. But everyone else is in striking distance. And here is something wild, because 2 out of 3 has an insane amount of points. It's insane. You're getting a description of a famous threesome. You get 1 point for each of the 2 out of 3. Thus, you have more points to choose from. For example, if I said Donald's nephews, you could say Huey, you could say Dewey, or you could say Louie, and you would get a point for any 2 of them that you know, which is absolutely remarkable, because you might only know Huey and Louie, completely forget Dewey, but it doesn't matter. You knew the 2 ones that will get you a point. So when you look at your answer sheet right now, you're going to see -1 and -2, and -1 and -2, and -1 and -2, and so all I'm going to do is give you a description of something, and you get a point for if you can name 2 out of 3. Everyone like this one? Yeah, Allison's in. Fantastic. Here we go with 2 out of 3. Number 1. Again, guys, make sure, now for those of you filling it out, your teammates don't necessarily see what you see, but you're going to see the clue -1 and the clue -2. So all your teammates have to do is say, hey, can we name 2 out of the 3? Well, let's see if we can name 2 out of 3, starting with number 1. Now, the 3 Musketeers. 2 out of 3, 3 Musketeers gets you 2 points. That's as easy as it is. Number 2 and 2 out of 3. Baseball's Sad Lexicon. Baseball's Sad Lexicon for number 2 and 2 out of 3. I love this one. I love this one. Oh, Jay, I just saw your answer back there. You said Ram trucks, not Ram. Absolutely give yourself a point on that one. No big deal. Fix your score wherever it is. Sorry, Jay. Totally missed you there. Number 3 in 2 out of 3. The top grossing films of all time and not adjusted for inflation. Name 2 out of 3. The top grossing films of all time not adjusted for inflation. Name 2 out of 3. Name 2 out of 3. Oh my God, amazing, amazing news, other than I went to the dentist. But other amazing news. My headphones, they fixed. Gorilla Glue, baby. Yeah, look at it. Actually forgot what ear it was. They did such a good job. My favorite headphones. Number 4 and 2 out of 3. The original Three's Company roommates. The original Three's Company roommates. Name 2 out of 3 for number 4. First names are okay, by the way. And number 5 in 2 out of 3. Again, all you have to do is name 2 out of 3. The first triumvirate of the Roman Empire. Name 2 out of 3 from the first triumvirate of the Roman Empire. Oh, so they're not that easy. Oh, no, it says Roman Republic right there. Roman Republic. Clear as day. Here's number 6. The Warner Brothers and Sister. Name 2 out of 3 of the Warner Brothers and Sister. For number 6 and 2 out of 3. Hell of a load of points up here on this board. And coming up next is famous speeches for the audio round. Following that is It's in the Computer, and the last round tonight is a random Shizzy, You Shinizzy, Mop, Busies. But we got some more twists and turns coming up tonight. We got, the bribery. We also got a couple bonus points, couple bonus surprises out there. But otherwise, yeah, the tile says Republic. That's why I said Republic. Did I say Empire by accident? I meant to say Republic, totally Republic. Sorry if I said Empire. That was a slip of the Freud. Number 7, Yalta's Big 3 for number 7 and 2 out of 3. Yalta's Big 3 for number 7. I am sorry I verbally said Empire. I did not mean that. My mind was all confuddled with thoughts of Tiberius, Caligula, and other people who are not in the Roman Republic's triumvirate. Here's number 8 in 2 out of 3. The three animals that make up the mythological Greek chimera. The three animals that make up the mythological Greek chimera for number 8 in 2 out of 3. Strike me down and I will. What is it? Is Palpatine German now? I don't know. What was that accent? I made absolutely no. Strike me down and you will get. Okay, I'm an idiot. And here is number 9 in 2 out of 3. Don't worry, every single one of them is coming up on screen for you to take time with your teammates to pick which 2 out of 3 you think are correct. Remembering that each of those gets a point. So this could be a massive windfall for one team's fortunes and a terrible detriment to other teams' fortunes. Number 9, the 3 canticles of the Divine Comedy. Name 2 out of 3 of the 3 canticles of the Divine Comedy for number 9 in 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And here's number 9, which I lied. It's not all 2 out of 3. This one is 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Russia's Mighty Handful. 3 out of 5 of Russia's Mighty Handful. All right, guys. Coming up right now is your repeats. And then following that comes the scores. Sorry, the answers, the scores, and then round 4, famous speeches. Y'all have about 2 minutes to discuss with your teams. Then I'm going to take this slide down, and then I'll give you a little bit longer, but then I'm going to ask you to submit. Submit, I say. Submit. Oh, that was a way better accent there. 1 minute to take a look at this. All right, guys, this is coming down, but that doesn't mean that you can't take some more time to discuss with your teammates. Remember, guys, round 5 is the bribery round. All the proceeds of the bribes collected go to Biddy's, the Gaf East, the Gaf West, the Brazen Head, Waylon, and Hibernia. And then we redistribute it like little alcoholic money fairies. You guys have about a minute or so left before we go into the round 3 answers. Remember, coming up next is the audio round, great speeches. Following that is It's in the Computer. And then the last round night is random shit you should know. But right now, the scores are so compact. Everyone is so close to one another that it's anyone's game. Hey guys, if you already are satisfied with how the Google machine scored you, hop on over to the master score sheet and pop in under that column how many you got right out of 21. But if you have any disputes, let me know after I read the answers. Let's see how many teams have turned them in. We have got about 1/3 of the teams have turned them in thus far. So let's get a move on it right now. Whoop, there's a couple more. We got 9. We got 10. Let's get everyone turned in. How many teams do we have tonight? I didn't even check. 12 teams. Nice turnout. Nice turnout. A little bit slow, but you know what? It's the summer season. So let's get them in as quickly as we can. And then we will reveal the answers, but don't please dispute me until you see what I give as the answers. But that said, if you're completely confident with how the Google form graded you, hop on over to the 0722 Virtual Pub Quiz Master Score Sheet. And in that column, put how many out of 21 you got correct. Everyone having a good time? I know Jay Zuckerman is. Jay Zuckerman never has a bad time. If only we could all be the Zuck. What luck to be the Zuck. Just life full of pluck to be the luck of the Zuck. I'm going to keep drinking. All right, guys, let's turn them in. We've got almost every team in right now. Oh, you know what, Jay? I don't care if the Family Feud category ran people off. I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking by my guns. Are we all in? Are we all in? Are we all in? Looks like we are all more or less in. Here comes your answers to round 3. Best 2 out of 3. The 3 Musketeers obviously are Athos, Porthos, and Aramis. D'Artagnan was not a musketeer. He was the young boy who wanted to be a musketeer. And then, of course, baseball's sad lexicon. These are the saddest of possible words. Tinker to Evers to Chance. A trio of bear cubs, fleeter than birds. Tinker and Evers and Chance. Ruthlessly pricking our gonfalon bubble, making a giant hit into a double play. Words that are heavy with nothing but trouble. Tinker to Evers to Chance. Thank God so many of you got that, because that is awesome. Avengers Endgame, Avatar, and Titanic are the 3 highest grossing movies of all time, not adjusted for inflation. Those of you who wrote Gone with the Wind are correct when adjusted for inflation. The 3's company roommates were Jack, Janet, and Chrissy. The first triumvirate of the Roman Republic was Crassus, Pompey, and Caesar. A lot of creative spellings of Caesar. Give yourself a point if you just at least got it right. We are the Warner Brothers and the Warner Sister Dot. Just for fun, we run around the Warner movie lot. They lock us in the tower whenever we get caught, but we famous, and then we was in the plot or the Animaniacs. Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. Yalta's big 3 are Joseph Stalin, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and Winston Churchill. Not the nations, because the nations were actually technically called the Allied Nations, but I don't know. I don't think I should give points for the nations, because I was clearly going for the people, was I not? Let me know in the comments. Inferno, Purgatorio, and Paradiso are the Divine Comedy. And then, I skipped, sorry. The Chimera is made up of a lion's head, a snake's tail, and a little bit of a goat in the middle. The goat head comes out the top. And then finally, number 10, the 3 out of 5 of Russia's mighty handful are the Russian nationalist composers of the late 19th century. Mili Balakirev, Cesar Q, Modest Mussorgsky, Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov, and Alexander Borodin. Borodin, those fucking composers, aren't we? All right, guys, hop on over. Let's see how everyone did on that round. Some very amazing scores. No, Jay, I didn't want the original Zuckerman. Colin, I don't know. Guys, let me think. What do you think? I was clearly going. Actually, you know what? Let's see what the majority said. Let's see if people went with names or countries. Names or countries, names or countries, names or countries. Everyone went with names except for one team. Absolutely not. Colin, no points for naming the United States. By the way, not really sure where that is. And the United Kingdom. Everyone else went with the last names. And by the way, I'm really proud of you guys to at least know that the mighty handful were composers. Lots of Tchaikovskys, Prokofievs, and Stravinskys as guesses, but not the right composers. Good call. Very educated, but ultimately incorrect, at least in the ballpark. All right, guys, Boob, Sweat, and Tears. Let's get your score up there. Simple Minds, let's get your score up there. And then we'll allocate the scores and see, do we get points for the English words in number 9? Let me see, Mary. The English words in number 9. Yes, they should have gone over. If they didn't, give yourself points. Purgatory, Inferno, and Paradise. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Sorry if it didn't. That means I must have made a mistake. All right, guys. Hop on over to the score sheet. Let's see how everyone is. And everyone is going to get turned in momentarily. Then we'll read the scores. It was going to the next round, which is surprise! Haha, surprise, surprise, surprise. While you guys are sorting out your scores, I'm going to ask you a question for some bonus points. That's right, 5 bonus points on the board. The rules of this are easy. The first correct answer in YouTube chat wins. Now, I know there's latency issues and blah, 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 blah issues, but that's not my fucking problem. The first answer to come across the screen right there on my YouTube chat gets 5 extra points before we move into the next round. Famous speeches. All right, ready? Steady. First answer in YouTube chat to correctly spell it. Wait, is this the anagram one? Which one is this one? I don't remember which one this is. I think the anagram one's later. Spoiler alerts. Oh, yeah, this isn't it. First person, all you have to do is answer it. Then we'll figure out what team you are on to get you 5 extra points as we go into the next round. Famous speeches. Who was the 27th president of the United States? First answer gets it. Who was the 27th president of the United States? I like you the number 27 because it's my birthday. Every sport I ever played, my number on my back was 27. Let's see who the first one to answer this is and who gets 5 points as we move into the next round. Famous speeches. There we go. David Baird. Taft it is. 1 shot, 1 kill. Absolute unit. David Baird. Bingo, bango, boingo. 5 points. David, tell us what team you're on so we can allocate your 5 points as we move into the next round. Famous speeches. Wow. Absolutely impressive. He did not hesitate. The ice cold murderer, David Baird. All right, David, tell us what team you're on. Jackie Daytona. All right. I was told the end of the world will be fine is David's team. I'm going to go up over and add 5 points to their total. And that, just like that, shoots them right into second place at 48 points. 2 points behind our leader at 40, Mafia Inquiry. But right behind them are Boob, Sweat, and Tears, Air Bud 2, Ask Jeeves, and Heartthrob, blah, 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 all within 7 points of the leader. But no one's really out of it yet, because here we go into, oh, yeah, by the way, there's the answer. It's William Howard Taft. Yeah, it says that right there. Here we go into round 4, the audio round. Great speeches. Great speeches. This is a very, very straightforward round. 10 speech clips will be played through twice. 1 point for who the speaker is. Last names are okay. That's it. Got it? 10 points on the board. I'm going to play 10 clips of famous speeches through twice. The last name of the speaker is absolutely okay. That's it. Because we racked up our points earlier right there in our 2 out of 3 round, which had some amazing, amazing points. 19s and 20s out of 21. Absolutely fantastic jobs. But here we go, guys, into famous speeches. 10 speeches coming by, and all you have to do is tell us who the speaker is. Starting with number 1 now.
If there is one message that echoes forth from this conference, let it be that human rights are women's rights and women's rights are human rights once and for all.
Number 2.
Our forefathers weren't the pilgrims. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. The rock was landed on us.
Or in
3.
your time, we have the opportunity to move not only toward the rich society and the powerful society, but upward to the great society. The great society rests on abundance and liberty for all.
Number 4.
For the past 2 weeks, you've been reading about a bad brag. Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Number 5.
So first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified
Number 6.
terror.
There is an unalterable law governing everything and every being that exists or lives. It is not a blind law, for no blind law can govern the conduct of living
Number
beings.
7.
After a brief discussion of work, he would turn the conversation to a discussion of sexual matters. His conversations were very vivid. He spoke about acts that he had seen in pornographic films involving such matters as women having sex with animals.
Number 8.
We stand today at the threshold of a great event, both in the life of the United Nations and in the life of mankind. This Universal Declaration of Human Rights may well become the international Magna Carta of all men everywhere.
Number 9.
In which energy is thought equal to mass multiplied with the square of the velocity of light, showed that very small amount of mass may be converted into a very large amount of energy, and vice versa. The mass and energy were in fact equivalent.
And number 10.
But in the words of Scripture, the time has come to set aside childish things. The time has come to reaffirm our enduring spirit, to choose our better history, to carry forward that precious gift, that noble idea passed on from generation
We're
to
just
generation.
Gonna listen to this,
the
'cause
God-given
I need
promise that all are equal, all are free, and all deserve a chance to pursue their full measure of happiness.
All right, guys, back to number 1. All you have to do is name the speaker.
If there is
number
one message that echoes forth from this conference, let it be that human rights are women's rights.
Number 2.
Our forefathers weren't the pilgrims. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. The rock was landed on us.
Number 3.
For in your time, we have the opportunity to move not only toward the rich society and the powerful society, but upward to the great society.
Number 4.
For the past 2 weeks, you've been reading about a bad brag. Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the
Number
earth.
5.
So first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Number 6.
Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified.
There is an unalterable law governing everything and every being that exists or lives.
Number
It is not-
7.
After a brief discussion of work, he would turn the conversation to a discussion of sexual matters. His conversations were very vivid.
Number 8.
We stand today at the threshold of a great event, both in the life of the United Nations and in the life of mankind.
Number 9.
in which energy is third equal to mass multiplied with the square of the velocity of light, showed that very small amount of mass
And number
may
10.
be
Your
converted
moment of zen.
But
Turn
in
him
the
in,
words of
turn him in,
Scripture,
turn him in.
The time has
Coming
come
up next
to set aside childish
is...
things. The
It's in the
time has
computer.
come to reaffirm our enduring spirit, to choose our better history, to carry forward that precious gift, that noble idea passed on from generation to generation, the God-given promise that all are equal, all are free, and all deserve a chance to pursue their full measure of happiness.
All right, guys, let's get him turned in as we go in to the last round of the night. Random shit. We got one more. It's in the computer comes up next. I'm so sorry. Then after that comes the last round night random shit you should know. All right, guys, turn him in, turn him in, turn him in. If you are confident with how you've been graded, hop on over. Yes, it is the easiest round I've ever done because I wanted to balance out with the fact that I sort of slaughtered you guys with the who's-he what's-he with the 2 out of 3. Come on, guys. It ebbs, it flows, it goes up, it goes down. It's yin, it's yang, it's karma, it's viraksham dharma. It's everything, guys, man. Groovy. Yeah, there were obscure. No, there weren't. There really weren't. It was not obscure. Guys, be happy I gave you a freaking softball because guess what? It's not coming next round. All right, if you're happy with your scores and you know it, click OK. If you are not happy with your scores, let me know after I read the answers if you have any disputes. And I see a couple spelling discrepancies out there. Please, guys, if you got it right, you got it right. So don't worry about the spelling. You can see what the actual answer is, and you know if you got it right. So you can hop on over to your score sheet and tell us how many out of 10 you got correct. Are we all in? Are we all in? Are we all in? It looks like most of us are in. Here are the answers to, yeah, that was freaking easy, but fuck you guys. Who cares? Number 1, that was the women's rights are human rights and human rights are women's rights. Hillary Rodham Clinton speech. That was in Beijing, China. Balls. Plymouth Rock landed on us by Malcolm X. The Great Society by Lyndon Baines Johnson. Today, I consider myself. That's Lou Gehrig's farewell speech. Franklin Delano Roosevelt's first inaugural. Oh, you know what I was going to do with this? I was going to put an extra point if you could guess the year of everything. But then it was too much work because I already got the audio files, and then Mahatma Mohandas Gandhi for number 6. Anita Hill's testimony against, guess what? We got a whole shitload of them on the Supreme Court now. Eleanor Roosevelt's Declaration of Universal Human Rights at the United Nations. Albert Einstein explaining in later on in life, E equals MC squared, even though he derived it in 1905. I believe that speech was something on the order of like 1949. And pretty damn cool guy, Barack Hussein Obama, 44th president of the United States. All right, guys, hop on over and let's see what your scores are. Anyone have any disputes? You don't have to dispute me right now if you just spelled it incorrectly. Yeah, Kathleen, there you go. Put some Gandhi up there. Cecilia, you got them right. Well, if you did get them right, you got them right. Put them up there, because coming up next is round 5. It's in the computer. And then the last round of the night is random shit you should know. And just like that, all of your positions maintain the same placing, because almost everyone got a 10 out of 10. Great job, guys. Great job for being moderately intelligent for once in your lives. Round 5 is up here right now, though. This is the bribery round. Round 5 is the bribery round. It's called It's in the Computer. Everything that you bribe me via Venmo goes to the staff of the Brazen Head, the Waylon, Gaf East, Gaf West, Biddy's, and Hibernia. It's very easy to do. If you Venmo me $20 right now, you get a clue for the next round. If you Venmo me $40, you get a full bore answer. I'm not going to tell you what it's a clue or an answer for. You got to figure that out on your own. So I'm going to give you guys the next 2 or 3 minutes to bribe the hell out of me, knowing full well that everything that you contribute goes to the staffs of the Brazen Head, the Waylon, Gaf East, Gaf West, Hibernia, and Biddy's Pub, all out of work bartenders-ish and stuff like that here in La Ciudad de Nueva York. And the first ones are coming in already. David wants cheat. David want cheat. And he said want cheat in a funny way. Window of bribery is open for the next 3 minutes. Remember, the title of the forthcoming round is It's in the Computer. 1 more minute left to get your bribes in on It's in the Computer. Then we go to the last round tonight, random shit you should know. 1 minute to get bribes in. Everything you bribe goes to the staffs of the Brazen Head, the Gaf East, the Gaf West, the Waylon, Biddies, and Hibernia. All right, we got our bribes in, a nice amount of bribes as we go into round 5. It's in the computer. And then the final round tonight is random shit you should know. We've got a barn burner on our hands because Mafia Inquiry is 2 points above. I was told the end of the world would feel fine. All thanks to David Baird's formidable Taft Punch. Oh my God. That would be awesome if like presidents had like fatalities. Taft Punch. I'm entertaining myself, and that's all that matters. Look, it looks like I froze. All right, guys, here we go. Last round night random. No, shit. Why do I keep saying that? I'm not even drunk. Penultimate round of the evening. It's in the computer. And then after that, the last round of the night, random shit you should know. Here we go with It's in the Computer. Question number 1. The ancient 1st century BCE analog computer called the Antikythera mechanism was discovered in 1901 in a shipwreck archaeological site off the coast of this Greek island. An ancient 1st century BCE analog computer called the Antikythera mechanism was discovered in 1901 on a shipwreck archaeological off the coast of this Greek island for number 1. I love how like I could say Antikythera like my motherfucking business, but archaeological is a hard thing. Also, by the way, guys, the last question, it was an elephant. I don't know. It's pretty smart that I figured out that it was an elephant. I challenge you to figure out that it was an elephant. Number 2 in It's in the Computer. Moving over 42 million copies and abbreviated PUBG, this is the best-selling PC video game of all time. Moving over 42 million copies and abbreviated PUBG, P-U-B-G, this is the best-selling PC video game of all time for number 2 in It's in the Computer. EA Sports, it's in the game. Ha! Taft Punk was his band. Meow, 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 meow. All right, done with with that. All right, next one. Moving on to number 3 It's in the Computer. The world's first electronic digital computer, the UNIVAC 1, was the first to collect and process data for this constitutionally mandated population count. The world's first electronic digital computer, the UNIVAC 1, was first purchased to collect and process data for this constitutionally mandated population count. For number 3 It's in the Computer. Wait, is this from the Well-Tempered Clavier or from the Goldberg Variations? Hold on, let me check it out. Oh, it says Well-Tempered Clavier. Huh. All right, thought it was Goldberg Variations. Wait, you know, Bach sometimes retasked things. He might have used this in both. Anyway, here we go with number 4 It's in the Computer. The first song ever played by a computer was a rendition of the Colonel Bogey March by Scissorack, or the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Automatic Computer in this country. The first song ever played by a computer was a rendition of the Colonel Bogey March by Scissorack, or the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Automatic Computer in this country. Da 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 da. That's the Colonel Bogey March. Hitler has only got one ball. Goebbels has 2 but very small. Himmler, while something similar. And Goering has no balls at all. Da ba da ba ba ba. Or if you're a Spaceballs fan, dink dink. Dink 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 dink. Canadian Air Force got in serious trouble in the 1990s by playing that song to welcome Japanese heads of state, because it's an anti-Axis song, even though it was written for pre-World War I. I believe it was written like something like 1905 or something along those lines, but really adapted. Isn't that funny? It was adapted in World War II to mock the Axis, but it was written in like 1905, so that would be like 35 years earlier. So that would be like us using Beat It to mock Chairman Xi. Does that make sense? Jeet it. Jeet it. The gold standard will be defeated. Number 5. In 1975, Atari's Pong home version was sold exclusively through this then largest retailer in the United States. In 1975, Atari's Pong home version was sold exclusively through this then largest retailer in the USA. For number 5, It's in the Computer. Yes, Kathleen, I made a Spaceballs reference, but not that Spaceballs reference. So, whatever. Number 6, repeats of all of these after number 10. Then we're going to last round at random shit. You should know there's neither rhyme nor reason, but here's number 6. In 2006, founder and developer Noah Glass added an I and an E to an abbreviated name he first created for the name of this company. In 2006, founder and developer Noah Glass added an I and an E to an abbreviated name he first created for the name of this company. For number 6, that was 7. 6. It's in the Computer. And number 7, and it's in the computer, repeats of all of them after number 10. Clad in a tank top, this actor's video build of a gaming computer recently set the internet aflame. Oh, I said afire. Sorry. I think a flame's better. I'm going to stick with a flame. Clad in a tank top, this actor's video build of a gaming computer recently set the internet aflame. Three more questions on this round. All of your repeats will go up simultaneously after this, so you have plenty of time with your teammates to discuss. And then remember, do not click submit until A, you're ready, or B, I done tell you so. Number 8, Charles Darwin would know that the E of wireless communications, LTE, stands for this word. Charles Darwin would know that the E of wireless communications, LTE, stands for this word. For number 8, it's in the computer. And here is number 9 it's in the computer. The Kyocera 6035 was a landmark in smartphones by combining a cell phone with the screen and OS of this handheld PDA company. The Kyocera 6035 was a landmark in smartphones by combining a cell phone with the screen and OS of this handheld PDA company. For number 9, and why do I always get that wrong? 9 it's in the computer. Last question is almost upon us. All the repeats will come up after number 10. Then we go to the last round, night random shit you should know. The best score of the night here at the Waylon, Gaf East, Gaf West, Brazen Head, Hibernia, and Biddy's Trivia Extravaganza will get $50. And everyone else will get tiny violins, very, very small fiddles, minute stringed instruments, a sliver of a Stradivari. And number 10, hoping to reveal Mugatu's evil plan, Hansel, he's so hot, takes a computer from the office of Maury Ballstein, played by this actor. Number 10 for It's in the Computer. Hoping to reveal Mugatu's evil plan, Hansel takes a computer from the office of Maury Ballstein, played by this actor. For number 10, and It's in the Computer. Here are your repeats. You guys got 2 or 3 minutes to take a look at them. Another minute or so to turn them in. Remember, caps locks on. Try to spell your best. And coming up next is the final round of the night random shit you should know. Top teams are within 7 points of the leaders. First through sixth are within 7 points. Good job, bro. Good job, bro. 2 minutes. right, guys, we're almost wrapped up here. Let's see how many teams have turned them in. I'm going to take these down right now, and we're going to move on to the answers. Just 1 second. How many teams we got turned in? We've got about 9 teams turned in. That means 4 or 5 of you are left. And coming up next is the last round night random shit you should know. Remember, of course, wait to dispute me after I read the answers. And got some bad news. The Gorilla Glue fell apart. I'm back to freestyling like this. Sounds really weird just listening with one ear. I gotta fix these again. These are the best headphones ever. I don't really want to buy new ones. All right. Hey, almost everyone's turned them in. All right, let's do it. I'll give you guys about 20 more seconds to turn them in. Then we go into the final round night random shit you should know. And remember, guys, the answers will be arbitrated by yours truly. So don't worry if you think you spelled something incorrectly or you think you got a real reason why you should get it correct. Lot of great scores there already for those who have turned in. And I think we got enough to turn them in to go forward with the answers to It's in the Computer. Number 1. The Antikythera machine was found off the island of Antikythera. Trick question. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is PUBG in video game parlance. If you said Battlegrounds or PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds or whatever, I might have missed one of the permutations, but give yourself a point. You got it. The census was the first thing that UNIVAC 1, a electronic computer, was used for. Australia had the Scissorac, or Commonwealth Scientific Industrial Research Automatic Computer, which played the Colonel Bogey's March. Atari's Pong home version was first sold in retailer Sears. Man, 1975 for Sears was unreal. Pong, and they built the Sears Tower a year earlier, the tallest building on Earth. Where are they now? Number 6, Twitter was originally TWTTR until Noah Glass, who also invented the Twitter name, added the I, the E, and the dictators all around the globe. Henry Cavill burnt the internet down by putting together a simple computer. LTE stands for long-term evolution, which Darwin obviously will know. The Kyocera 6035 had the OS and interface of the Palm, or the Palm Pilot, and Jerry Stiller was Maury Ballstein in Zoolander. All right, guys, hop on over. Well, first, tell me about your disputes, if you have any. You put Corsica. I do trick questions. So there we go. All right, guys, hop on over to your 0722 virtual pub quiz scoreboard, and then let's see what our scores look like. And it's looking pretty good, because we've got 49 points apiece for Black Lives Matter and Turd Ferguson, 52 for Ass G's, 53 for Airbud, 57 for Boob Sweat and Tears, 57 for Told Is the End of the World, and 59 still clinging to that 2-point lead, the Mafia Inquiry. Oh wait, we got a 51 in there with blah blah blah's blah 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 blog, who must not have entered their scores yet. Very close game at hand. Everyone ready for the last round of the night? Random shit you should know. Random shit you should know starts with, oh, mother frickers, it's a surprise. Surprise, surprise, surprise. 7 points on the board for the first person and their team to crack this anagram. Again, beauty is the by timeout. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I currently am the beholder. First answer to come across the YouTube chat wins. All you have to do is crack this anagram. First question right there in the, well, it's right there for me. I don't know where it is for you, but it's right there for me. First answer in the YouTube chat wins and gets 7 extra points. This can shoot someone to the lead, make someone dominant, or just sort of go off into the ether from one of the lesser known also ran teams. But I, for one, hope that it's one of the teams in the running. That said, 7 points will shoot anyone in the first 5 places to the lead. It will shoot anyone in the first 12 places to extreme contention. All right, guys, here we go. First answer that I see on my YouTube chat right there gets 7 points to crack this anagram. Q&A was the book. Q&A was the book. Luring Idealism Loom for 7 points. First to crack the anagram gets 7 points. Don't worry about identifying what team you are, because we'll figure that out later. All I want is the answer right now. Who can crack the anagram for Luring Idealism Loom? Oh, this one might take a little bit longer than usual. Oh, John Tanaka right there. Slumdog Millionaire. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely fantastic. John, please tell us what team you are on, because I am going to award you 7 additional points as we go into the last round of the night. Random shit you should know. Q&A was the book. Luring Idealism Loom cracks open to Slum Dog Millionaire. Airbud 2 gets an additional 7 points, which just like that, Krachow, just like that, Airbud 2, math, moves to first. 60 points for Airbud 2. 59 for Mafia Inquiry. 57 apiece for The End of the World Would Feel Fine and Boob, Sweat, and Tears. Absolutely well done, John Tanaka of Airbud 2 Golden Retrivia. You have no idea how people do those? It's called math, brother. All right, guys, here we go. Last round of the night. Random shit you should know. There's neither rhyme nor reason to any of these questions. Do not look for a theme. Let's see who takes home the proverbial bacon. You guys ready? Ready for this? Are you all ready for this? Question number 1. The Flying Dutchman refers to both a ghost ship and a secret menu item at this fast food chain for number 1 in Random Shit You Should Know. The Flying Dutchman refers to both a ghost ship and a secret menu item at this fast food chain. And we're going to the last round of the night. And it is so close. We've got Mafia Inquiry just 1 point behind Airbud 2, who with a formidable 7 extra points nailed it down hardcore. Good job, guys. Only a couple questions left on the night. We're going to see if we could do it. Airbud winning in the end sounds familiar. Here we go with question number 2 and random shit you should know. The Owl and the Pussycat feature the nonsense word runcible, invented by its author Edward Lear, who is also responsible for popularizing this often vulgar rhyming verse form. The Owl and the Pussycat feature the nonsense word runcible, invented by its author Edward Lear, who is also responsible for popularizing this often vulgar rhyming verse form. For number 2, two. God damn it. I need a camera like at an actual distance so I could gesture properly, like Al Roker weather, low forecast.
Isn't it rich?
The fuck is playing here? Is this Send in the Clowns?
Queer.
How the hell did this get here? Did I go off? Did I run out of my playlist and now I'm off script? Oh well. Well, send in the clowns. Send in the copyright police, more likely. Am I right? Boom. Here we go with number 3 in random shit you should know. In English-style horseback riding, this is the word describing the rhythmic rising and seating motion in sync with the horse's trot. In English-style horseback riding, this is the word describing the rhythmic rising and seating motion in sync with the horse's trot. For number 3 in random shit you should know, and we got a cracker of a final question of the night. Jay, you need the link for round 6? Absolutely. Right away. On the way. Here we go. Chacalm, placalm, placling, pachoom. There you go. There's round 6 right away. And here we go with number 4 in the final round of Night Random. Shit you should know. This is Post Malone's given first name. This is Post Malone's given first name. For number 4 in random shit you should know. It's really annoying me that I'm only hearing myself out of one ear right now, because I want to hear it like this, but I'll have to like Eminem it like, yo, I got no snare in my headphones. I got no snare in my headphones. Okay, I can do it if I just sit perfectly still. Number 5, this city is second to New York in the number of billionaires who call it home. This city is second to New York in the number of billionaires who call it home. For number 5 in random shit you should know. Now I've got too much snare in my headphones. And number 6, we are closing in on the finale of the evening. Sinkholes and caves are often the results of karst topography, a geologic condition wherein water-soluble rocks like gypsum, dolomite, and most frequently this rock dissolve. Sinkholes and caves are often the results of karst topography, a geologic condition wherein water-soluble rocks like gypsum, dolomite, and most frequently this rock dissolve. For number 6 in a random shit that apparently I already know. Why am I asking questions? You You guys are so... yes, young Skywalker. What is this accent? Corey, I think you got to add this tonight's to the reel, because... como se dice, estoy en fuego. Boom. Psh. Yup. Jay, I mean, this city is second to New York in billionaires who live there. New York's first, this city is second. That's all you got. Here's number 7 in the final round of the night. Random shit you should know. Nicknamed Old Simon, the American Volunteer is a colossal 6.55 meter tall granite sculpture depicting a victorious Union soldier at this battlefield's National Cemetery in Sharpsburg, Maryland. Nicknamed Old Simon, the American Volunteer is a colossal 6.55 meter tall granite sculpture depicting a victorious Union soldier at this battlefield's National Cemetery in Sharpsburg, Maryland, for number 7. Corey, your sarcasm is dripping. I don't appreciate it. Yeah. And number 8, both depicting Japanese artworks and painted in a Japanese-inspired style, 1868's portrait of Emile Zola was painted by this artist. Both depicting Japanese artworks and painted in a Japanese-inspired style, 1868's portrait of Emile Zola was painted by this artist. I said painted a couple times. Should have rewritten this one. Sorry, my bad. Answer it correctly. Don't care. And number 9, wrapping the night up. What is the last word of the Beatles yesterday? What is the last word of the Beatles yesterday for number 9? Send in the Clowns is the song that made me realize I have depression as a child. Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. Oh my God! Wow, I'm doing really well tonight. I gotta say, I'm just firing on all cylinders. I'm like a EcoBoost turbocharged V6 in a Ford GT for $2.1 million. All right, guys. Oh, wait, before we go on, do you guys know that today a 1988 BMW E30 M3 with $8,000 miles sold for $250,000, which is scientifically dumb. All right, question number 10, 10th and final question of the round and of the evening. If you're new to this game, the final question has multiple point opportunities. This one, forthcoming, for example, 13 possible points on the board. 13 possible points on the board. I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to go on your Google form, and you're going to see 10-1, -2, -3, -3, -4, all the way up to 13. Please, in each of those 13 spots, answer as many of up to 13 as you can and get as many points as possible. You all ready for this? Here we go, guys. Final question of the round and of the evening. Don't worry, all of your repeats will come up after this, and that will give you ample time to discuss with your teammates and turn them in. Last question of the round and of the evening. This is for $50 on the line for the winner of tonight's contest, benefiting Gaf East, Gaf West, Biddy's, the Waylon, Brazen Head, and Hibernia. 1 point for each of the 13 of the 25 letter words, A through Y, used by Sue Grafton in the titles of her 25 Kinsey Milhone alphabet mystery novels. Sue Grafton wrote 25 novels that went blank is for blank with a letter and a word. All we need is up to 13 of those alphabetically ordered words. Sue Grafton's Kinsey Milhone alphabet mystery novels. There are 25 of them. Name 13 of the blank letter is for blank word. Don't need the letter, obviously, but the blank word of each, up to 13 of her 25 Kinsey Milhone alphabet mystery novels. I completely butchered this question, but I hope I wrote it a little bit better here than I said it here. I don't need the letter. I just need the word that the letter is describing. Everyone get it? Got it? Get it? Get it? Got it? Good. All right. All of your repeats are coming up right now, up on this screen, and then I'm going to give you plenty of time with your teammates to discuss this one. Take your time. I'll come back in a second. I'll see how you're doing, and then I'm going to call for you to turn them in. Remember, guys, my answers are the finality. Daniel Becker, don't mess with the poor children. Don't mess with them. Don't do this to them. Oh, bye, Mama. Am I coming up on Tuesday? Apparently I am. Awesome. Who's paying for my gas? All right, the questions are coming down, and my beauteous visage is coming up. You guys got about 1 minute left to turn them all in. I'll let you know exactly when your last moments are. But make sure you go back to Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and follow the Waylon, Gaf East, Gaf West, Brazen Head, Biddy's, and Hibernia. And furthermore, each and every one of these bars, if you are in the New York metro area, are doing limited and or outdoor seating and amazing menu items like peanut butters and the jellies, the Marie Kondo's frozen pizzas, someone's frozen pizzas, and Cuomo balls, which are usually cheese balls, labeled Cuomo. But make sure you stop by any of those bars and, tip really freaking well, because everyone's a really good guy there or gal there. And, let's see, I work at 3 of them. So I'm out of money too. Boosh. There we go. All right, guys, couple more minutes left to discuss with your teammates. Currently, we only have 5 teams who have turned. There's a fly. I want to kill it. We've only had 5. I'm not giant, by the way. We've only had 5 teams turn them in. But I'll give you guys a little bit longer to start figuring them out. And then, of course, if you have a corporate trivia event or a personal birthday party or something along those lines, let me know. You guys mostly have my Venmo or my Facebook Messenger or my email address or my personal cell phone number or know where I live or know where to find me at a bar. Ask me. Let me know. I do about 1 to 3 corporate or personal events a week. And it's just basically like this. But if you're going to ask me that, make sure you ask me and tell me, hey, I was there on Wednesday the 22nd. Can you not do that again? Or conversely say, hey, I hate my coworkers. I was there on Wednesday the 22nd. Can you make sure that you use those questions so I can win? 7 teams are turned in right now, and many good points have been accrued. But first, we have to get everyone turned in, and then the answers. The disputes, the reconciliation, and finalmente, the scores. Then we'll see who won tonight at the Waylon, Brazen Head, Gaf East, Gaf West, Biddy's, and Hibernia. Trivia, pub quiz, Fundraisey, Venmo, money, thingy bob. All right, guys, let's see how much we got, how many are left. We still need 3 or 4 more teams to turn them in before I can move over to reading the answers. So post haste, post Malone. Are you freaking kidding me? Wow, these scores are absolutely amazing. What a great job everyone is doing. If you are confident with your answers and how you've been judged, hop on over to the 0722 virtual pub quiz spreadsheet and put how many you've got in the last column. If you've got some disputes, don't bring them up yet, because I still have to announce the answers. And you know what? I think enough of us have turned them in for the answers to be read. You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? Well, click submit now, because I'm flipping over to read the answers to round 6, random shit you should know. Last call for alcohol. Well, of course, I'm going to drink more. It's only 10:19. Oh, shit. If you guys are in Hell's Kitchen tomorrow, I'm working at the Gaf. 4 o'clock till 9 o'clock on 48th and 9th Avenue. Come within 6 feet of me, and I will probably urinate on you out of fear, because that's where we're at right now. All right, everyone in, everyone in, everyone in. Good enough, close enough. Here we go now. Answers to the final round of the night. random shit you should know are the Flying Dutchman refers to a ghost ship and a secret menu item at In-N-Out Burger. The Owl and the Pussycat featured the nonsense word runcible, invented by Edward Lear, who also popularized the limerick. Posting is the rhythmic up and down seating motion while countermanding the front legs of a horse's trot. I was really bad of it, and also I learned it in 7th grade and looked really overtly sexual, so I felt it was weird. Wasn't really confident back then. Also was fat. Well, less fat. More fat. Sort of fat. Adolescent fat. Post Malone's forgiven first name is Austin, which is an amazing, amazing first name. Hong Kong is number 2 to New York in billionaires. Sinkholes and caves are made up of karst topography, which are usually gypsum, dolomite, and most prominently limestone. Makes the sinkholes in the caves. Old Simon, the American Volunteer, is a colossal 6.55 meter tall granite sculpture at Sharpsburg's Antietam National Cemetery. The Confederates called it by the town and the Union the winners, the people who won the war, the people who maybe might be losing the war right now, but won it back then, called it by the river nearby. Edouard Manet was a Japanophile. The last word of the Beatles yesterday is I believe in yesterday. And then it goes, but the don't count. And Sue Grafton's alphabet series. A is for alibi, B, burglar, corpse, deadbeat, evidence, fugitive, gumshoe, homicide, innocent, judgment, killer, lawless, malice, noose, outlaw, peril, quarry, ricochet, silence, trespass, undertow, vengeance, wasted, X, and yesterday. She published yesterday, right before her death in, I believe, 2014. And the family estate said, we will not hire a ghostwriter. As far as the Graftons are concerned, the alphabet ends at Y. I don't know how good these books are, but I think that's a pretty strong statement. And I actually really appreciate that statement from the Grafton family saying, you know what? Mom did it right. We cool. All right, guys, hop on over. First, let's see if we have any disputes. And if we don't, burglary does not count because, David, it is the title of a book. It's not the Lordly of the Rings. It's the Lord of the Rings. It's not the Okay Gatsby. It's the Great Gatsby. Mum is a word. No, mum is not a word, Jay. Yeah, whatever. Post Tyler Rogers, post Ewing. I mean, the face tattoos, Jay. I could do that. I could do that one. All right. Any other? G is for Google. No, actually, H is for hints because a lot of people Venmoed nice and early. Therefore, I just wrote Sue Grafton. You figure it out. And generally, most of you are intelligent enough to figure it out. All right, any disputes? Going once, going twice. Have you migrated your scores over to the last round of the night? Anyone missing? Anyone missing? Anyone missing? Going once, going twice. Looks like we need Ask Jeeves in there. We're looking for Black Lives Matter in there. Once we get them all in, we can sort them and see who takes home the above average Gatsby. Well, you know what? He wasn't even that. He was the bro Gatsby. He was, yeah, I don't know, Gatsby, man. J fucking Gatsby. Hop on over. I think we've got a quorum. We are going to call this time of death, 10:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the scores are thus. 72 points for Heartthrob, blah, 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 blah. Airbud 2, even though they got that crushing 7 points, could not deliver, and they end with 75. 76 for I Was Told It Was the End of the World. 78, nice comeback for Boob, Sweat and Tears. And 81, Mafia Inquiry, who had a perfect score for the round. and the evening. They are the winners. A round of applause for them. A round of applause for yourself. We will be back every single Wednesday until someone finds a vaccine. So till 2134, those will be the years that we will be here. Everyone have a fantastic evening and good night. Please invite your friends. Please share. Please do all of those things. This is the highlight of my week, other than these headphones breaking all the time. But great time, great Gatsby's, all of you. And a Merry Christmas to you, and to all a good taco.